Hi YouTube, it's Toy. Today is Monday, October 5th, 2009, and it's time for my transcribers video. This week's topic is children. And I think I'm pretty good on that subject since I have one and Chase has two, so well, that doesn't necessarily make you good at it, huh? Yeah, sadly, true. Okay, but anyway, here we go. How do you feel about children in general? I think children... It's going to sound kind of corny when I say it, but my child gave my life meaning. I can't imagine what kind of person I would be without my kid. I realize how important so many other things are just because of him. And it's amazing to watch him. It's sad sometimes, too, because I look at him and he's so big and grown now. And I remember when he was a little baby and when he used to, run up to me with his arms up in the air and call me mama and hug and kiss on me. And I think that I didn't take the time to remember that right or to appreciate it as much as I should have. I think, sadly enough, I think that's the case for most people who have children, and that's why so many people become such doting grandparents, because I know when I have a grandchild now, I'm going to know what I need to focus on, and it's going to be doting on the little ones. But I think they're awesome. He's added so much to my life. I could never duplicate what he's given to me. So yeah, that's how I feel about kids. Does your partner or boyfriend plan on having kids? No, does not plan on having any more children. Thank you very much. He already has two. How do you feel about trans guys that choose to carry their own children, like Thomas Beatty and others? Now, see, when I first read about the pregnant man, I didn't know much about transgender. And I remember thinking this then. And I may be the only one that feels this way, and that's fine. But I thought, because of the hype and the publicity around him, then, this was before Chase, I thought that he was doing a real disservice to his cause, because it just, to everybody else, it just looked weird. And I know that shouldn't be a criteria that we use to dictate anything that we do, but it didn't do anything to make society in general take trans people any more serious. And I still kind of feel that way. I mean, I understand that privately, if a couple chooses to go that route, that's their own personal choice, and I mean, they have to deal with the people that they deal with in their daily lives regardless. But I think the hype that surrounded him really did do a disservice to the trans community, because it's kind of Jerry Springer-esque. And when it's done the way he did it, it kind of points the finger at all trans people, and at least in my opinion. Again, I'm not speaking for everybody, and everybody may not agree with me, and that's fine. But I think if for a private couple where one is trans, my son and I were actually talking about this today, and maybe somebody will eventually enlighten me on this, but I don't understand the rationale, I guess. I don't know. I don't understand it. I don't think it would ever, even if Chase and I were younger and birthing a child were actually an option, I don't know that I would be good with that option. Because it would just not seem... Normal's not a good word, but it's the only word I can think of. It just wouldn't seem natural. I don't know. Trans doesn't not seem natural to me. Trans is natural. I get that. I understand that. But I don't know. And maybe it's because of the way I felt about the hype around the pregnant man and how circus-like it became. And I'm sure if I spoke to somebody on a personal level about it and actually fleshed out reasons and stuff, I would very probably, in the least, be willing to understand somebody's reasoning for doing it. But as it stands now, with my knowledge of the situation, I don't understand it, and I don't think that would be something that I would want to do. And really don't think I'm going out on a limb to say that I don't think that would be something that Chase would want to do either. Though he has had children, but that's a totally different scenario. If you have children, is your partner, boyfriend planning to come out to them? If so, how and when? I do have a child, and he did. And it was very matter-of-fact, straightforward. I just called Jacob in and said, I need to tell you something, and he thought he was in trouble, so he was actually quite relieved. When I explained it to Jacob, I think I used a term like, I said, well, because my son calls Chase Luca. I said, well, Luca was born in a woman's body, or something to that effect. I used something really, I simplified it. And my son looked at me and said, oh, so he's transgender. And I was like, yeah. You know that? You know that word? And he's like, yeah. Okay, so big deal. Still a cool guy. So it was very easy. I'm very proud of him for that too.